Hi everyone, it's Rach. Welcome back to my channel. So today on your daily dose of happiness, I am going to be doing something slightly different. One of the ways that I've been staying positive throughout this lockdown is basically every day I have a look for good, positive news stories. So for today's video, I basically wanted to do a roundup of the good news stories that have really made me smile over the last week. There's absolutely loads of them, but I've picked a few of my favourites and hopefully they'll make you smile as well. The first good news story that I wanted to share is very specific to the chronic illness community. So you may have already seen if you are a fellow spoonie. If you're not sure what a spoonie is, I will pop a link down below which explains that. The thing that I want to talk about today is Miranda Hart. She has put out a video basically relating to the lockdown and different kind of things that she's had some thoughts on, things that have been on her heart. And basically one of those things was creating awareness of chronic illness and how everything that's gone on with isolation at the moment might help people understand what people with chronic illness live with on a daily basis, which is often isolation, being cut off with the world, grieving, sort of daily grieving for small things that they can't do, cancelled plans, things they miss out on. And it was just really good to hear somebody talking about the fact that we could really learn from this isolation how to perhaps be a little bit more compassionate for people who live with chronic illnesses, because isolation and lockdown is actually the norm for a lot of those people. Myself included, I have RA, and if I'm having a really bad flare-up, then that can leave me bedbound and certainly housebound. So yeah, really great to see that video. I'm actually going to do a full response to Miranda's video tomorrow, so be sure to tune into tomorrow's video if you're interested in that. The second news story that made my day when I read it is a zoo, a Kirkley Hall Zoo. The zookeepers have moved in to the zoo to live in isolation with the animals for 12 weeks. They have packed up all their stuff and they've moved into this zoo, and basically they've done it to make sure that the animals have the best care during isolation, which I just think is phenomenal. And they've basically done it to ensure that they're not going backwards and forwards to work and potentially spreading COVID. So yeah, I just thought, how amazing is that? What wonderful people to do that, and how great that those animals are getting that care. The third thing is one that's very close to home. So I saw on Facebook recently a campaign to get children hunting for rainbows on their walks. You've probably heard about this, it's been on quite a few of the big news channels. And basically what the idea is that because we can only go for walks now, as children are walking around their local neighbourhoods, it would be lovely if they could hunt for rainbows and spot rainbows. And basically you put rainbow in your window and then the kids can spot it on their walk. So I shared this on my local estate Facebook page and it really took off. And I've got to be honest, one of the things I really struggled with at the beginning of this lockdown, so I've been in lockdown for longer due to my health and the risks involved with that. I don't even know, like 2.5 weeks in now, I've lost track of it, I'm not even counting. But basically one of the things that I struggled with and said to my husband I was struggling with was feeling useless, because at times like this, I want to help people, I want to do something, I want to be proactive, and I had to stay at home for my health because it's not just me I've got to think about now, it's you know, I've got a 5-month-old son I have to consider. So I hated that feeling of not being able to help people, you know, not being able to check in on elderly neighbours or do any of those lovely things that we've seen people doing. So when I shared this on the local estate Facebook page, and then suddenly on our walks with the dog and things, I suddenly started seeing all these rainbows pop up everywhere. It was amazing, and I really, you know, I was so glad that I was able to be part of that, and it was just lush. You know, we see kids going past the front window now and they're like, oh look, there's a rainbow, and I love it. It's just been so lovely to see so many families getting involved. And I've got to be honest, sadly, we probably didn't know that many of our neighbours before this, and it's been a way that actually people on our estate have started to really communicate and talk with each other and get to know each other, and there's just this real sense of community, and I love it. One of the other things that I've loved that I've heard about recently, this wasn't on the news, but I heard about this from my brother. The gym that he goes to, which is Witham CrossFit, basically, because gyms can't be open anymore, to ensure that their members are able to still stay fit and keep well at home, they've basically loaned out like all their equipment. So this is phenomenal because for a lot of people, the gym is about so much more than just physical health. It's their mental health. It's the sense of solidarity. It's the community they have there. You know, it's so important for so many reasons to so many people. And to not have that, I think, has probably been hugely difficult for so many people. So I think it's wonderful that the gym have been able to help out their members and basically ensure that people can keep fit and still kind of be part of something, which I just think is so lovely. Just trying to think now, I'm going to quickly check my list because I have forgotten what the rest of my little list was. There's that many, honestly. It's just been such, like, it's so hard to pick just a few as well. So if you do like this video and you like this kind of good news roundup, then let me know in the comments because it's something I can do more often. And hopefully it'll make you guys smile as much as it's made me smile. Yes, so the two final things I want to talk about, one of them local to my parents up in the Outer Hebrides, the North Uist Distillery, which makes the best gin you have ever tasted. That is a bold claim, but it is true. The best gin you will ever have. I will leave a link to their website down below because it is unbelievably beautiful. This isn't a paid advert or anything, I just happen to love their gin. But basically what they've been doing during this time is they realised on the islands there was a huge lack of hand sanitizer in the doctor's surgeries, hospitals, local shops, just for people in general who are vulnerable on the island. So they basically, at their own cost, have gone about and they're making huge batches of hand sanitizer to try and keep plastic pollution really, really low. They've basically got people to donate their old empty containers of like soap, hand sanitizer, that sort of thing. So they've had like so many donated by the local community. The community up there is incredible, I love it. And then they've also put sort of big vats of it into the shops and things so people can go and fill up their own, and they've provided this completely free, which I just think is absolutely wonderful. I think it's an incredible thing to have done for the community, and obviously it's having a real benefit to help them manage COVID up there. So yeah. The final thing I wanted to touch on, which I'm really excited for because will be happening again tonight, is the Clap for Key Workers. Also referred to as Clap for Carers, but I kind of like to go Clap for Key Workers because, you know, the NHS are phenomenal and the carers are phenomenal, but I think I'm clapping for all the key workers because literally, you people are amazing. The people working in the shops, the truck drivers, the carers, the doctors, the nurses, the cleaners, that just all of you guys who quite literally this country would not be running without. So yeah, everyone goes out at 8 o'clock on a Thursday and it seems like it's going to be a regular thing. So I love that. And everyone goes outside into their gardens or to their doors or their windows or whatever, like literally all around the country, and claps and cheers for all the workers, in the hope that obviously they hear it. And we had feedback on our estate that there was NHS workers who were coming and going from their shifts, who heard it and said it, you know, meant a great deal to them. So yeah, I just think like that really made me smile. You know, there's so much doom and gloom going on in the world right now. It's a really hard time for so many people. But one way of staying positive is that there is always good happening. You just sometimes have to look a little bit harder for it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And like I say, if you're interested in the Miranda Hart video, I will be speaking about that in more detail tomorrow. And if you enjoyed this good news roundup, then let me know because I would love to share some more of the good news stories that have made me smile with you. See you tomorrow. Bye.